So what's up, everybody? It's me, at True Star Screamer. And we are here with yet another Hasbro Legends review. And we're here yet with another review of figures that a lot of people have already reviewed. And that is the Walgreens exclusive Baron Helmut Zemo. And that being said, there's a lot of things we're not going to cover because other reviewers have, and there's going to be a few things I want to mention because other reviewers didn't. So sit back, get comfy. There's no box here because I already tore it up and threw it out. And let's talk toys. Helmut Zemo is hands down one of my favorite Marvel antagonists. By far. I mean, this is a guy, there's certain characters out there, how do I want to put it? You know, he's not Doctor Doom, he's not the Red Skull. In some ways he's better, in some ways he's worse. You know, I don't want to say, even, they've done incredible things yet are still underrated and overshadowed by people like the Red Skull, by people like Doctor Doom. This is probably one of the most powerful antagonistic characters, and I pick that word carefully, not a villain, in the Marvel Universe. I kind of put him up there with characters like Mr. Sinister. Not always a second stager, but when problems come around, it could almost, when it's all said and done, be a giant sinister plan. No pun intended. That, oh yeah, it could be him. Zemo's the same type of character who could do all kinds of long-term planning. I mean, late 2000s, the Thunderbolts. Oh my gosh, Fabian Nisha single-handedly made him not only a villain, but one of the most interesting characters out there. I mean, you go back to his earlier appearances, running the Masters of Evil, one of the most successful Masters of Evil plans, by the way. Or even just look at the Avengers cartoon, which I highly recommend that as well. Look up, I think it was Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Captain America versus him. He's actually in this outfit, which is very neat. So, as always, things I like. There's actually not a lot I dislike on this guy. They did this very well, but there are a few critiques. And a critique versus a complaint are two different things. And again, these are just my opinions, so take that with a grain of salt. Me, if you're building a villain shelf, you see this guy in Walgreens, go get him. End of review. Thanks, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. Oh, you're still there. Cool. Let's talk a little more deep into this guy. First, accessories. He gets 2 holding hands, aside from the hands he comes with. And he gets this sword, which is actually the same sword the previous Zemo came with, and we'll bring that in comparison in a little bit. Don't worry. He also has, though, a punching hand, a fist, and one of the pistol hands, pistol grip hands. But this has the up and down hinge. This is great. This is fantastic. In fact, I wish he came with 2 of these and 2 of these, and didn't need these. I know, weird. Yeah. I would have actually been very happy with another fist and just another pistol hand with a vertical hinge. This is perfect for the sword, because since Zemo is a master swordsman, this is perfect for that. And God, helicopter. You know, I mean, that's exactly what I want. Right there. I've got a sword guy with a sword who can use a sword, who can look at it, who makes it look awesome. I love this. But we still get these others with the in and out hinge and the pistol, you know, the kind of pistol hands, but no pistol. I would have really liked him to have a pistol, that little las gun that I always have him with. That the other Zemo came with. Once again, we'll bring out shortly. Now he's got the pinless elbows. These are the ones that have been used on the Dormammu figure and on the Red Skull. They look great. He's using that shoulder armor design. So these fold out of the way. I love these, by the way. These just, this just looks so good. This upper torso is all new. You know, this is all etched in. This head sculpt is new. I'll bring in, when I bring in the other reds, the other Zemo, you'll see they actually, this is all new stuff. Again, I like this. I can deal with the pinned legs. I mean, the colors, all the plastics all through and through, so that's great. He has this belt, which is comic accurate, though it does look like he was vying for the Intercontinental Champion. Cody Rhodes! I will take... Because Cody is the best Intercontinental Champion, I don't care what you say. I actually would have actually been happy with this painted on his torso. I know, weird. It's always nice having a physical thing. I mean, it does help hide that waist swivel, you know, for breaking the sculpt. But the plastic does bend when you bend his torso. It's your basic Marvel Legend one. And if this was painted on, that wouldn't be an issue. I mean, I'll be honest, yeah, I would have had just a gold paint on the upper torso and a little on the waist, and then have this shaped on there. I mean, this look, it fits his abs just right. Yeah, I would have had no issues with this painted on, and had a different belt and a different sword. Because this sword we see a lot. So let's bring in some comparisons. I mentioned the Thunderbolts. I want to first bring in Citizen V. Kind of strange that they're the same guy, yet this one's taller. Go figure. Citizen V came with this great pirate sword, with, you know, which I think would have worked a little better for Zemo. Personally, you know, painted the, I would have taken this sword again, painted the handle, and a variation of this belt, because I would have liked to have had a belt, a sword, and a scabbard. So I would have had a painted on belt, and then had a loose belt and sword and scabbard, and I would have been thrilled. And a pistol, but that's getting greedy. Okay, quick drop in edit. Had to put this in there. I see why they didn't use this sword, because mostly he can barely hold it. So, it's not a good fit. So, yeah, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. I wouldn't mind a variation of this with a thicker handle, but yeah, I totally see why they went with what they had, because this just doesn't even snap into place. So, back on to your regularly scheduled review. But, yeah. Again, this was your basic Bucky Cap Buck. This has got a lot more definition. This is bulkier. Very good. Very good. And then we have the previous Zemo figure. This was, again, wow. Look at the height difference between these two. Things have changed. This was, I mean, I bought this new. This was with the Mandroid figure. Still a lot of nice things here. I mean, again, this is, but it tells you the differences between then and now. The grooves are all, this is all painted on, that's all sculpted in there. This harness, man, that harness would look really good on my Wakandan Secret Police. Anyway, the harness, this was a good modern look for him. This is still a great figure. This is a great Zemo. The yellows are slightly different. I mean, that's reusing those Captain America boots. I love these fur boots on here. This is the pistol I was talking about, which actually has the leopard print on the handle. I had never noticed that. So this pistol would be perfect for him. This is exactly what I would have wanted with him. I mean, you can look at the heads here. This is a little smaller, but the proportions are different with the headgear on it. The face has got much more definition on it. Oh man. Yeah, this has got, yeah, that's got the hinge on here. This has got the ball and peg, but I don't know. This one I think just gives a little more personality. A lot of people prefer the disc hinge, which I can totally understand. But especially with a masked character, this just allows him to emote that much more. But again, still, great figure. I can't remember what he's going for, but this was this absolutely made me happy. There's that same sword, just a slightly different paint job. And then finally, we have him versus the Anniversary Captain America figure. I broke this guy out of the package just for this review. I kept him mint and sealed, which I want to get a second one. I'm sorry. I like those sealed up. But these look fantastic together. And yes, I did take photos with them together. Their body heights are perfect. You know, these are the eternal... I think he's a better nemesis than Red Skull for him. He's got daddy issues for Captain taking out his dad. He's got issues for his dad taking out Bucky. People always say how Red Skull and Steve are on the two sides of a different coin. Not at all. These two guys, I think, they're phenomenal when they fight against each other. They're phenomenal when they fight together. I mean, the whole thing with his whole character run, when Steve got forgiven for being evil and he didn't, even though he did more to save the world, I loved it. Like I said, this review is pretty short and sweet, but if you see this guy in Walgreens, I absolutely recommend a pickup. I mean, so much is right with this. Yes, a few things I would have done differently, but God, he's getting that sword. He needs the sword. See, go look up Captain America versus Zemo from the Avengers cartoon. It's a great fight, and these guys look phenomenal, and he just hits that poise beautifully, and that's the thing. I've been handling a lot of figures the last couple weeks. You know, it's really weird handling a Marvel Legend versus after handling a G.I. Joe. You know, there's just some designs on here. But this is where Marvel Legends kind of does it best, of a simple figure, but you feel the character. You know, and I think he's still on sale right now. You know, this is the day before Thanksgiving, by the way. Happy Thanksgiving, all. Hopefully you guys are watching reviews as you're driving, you know, while you're on that long drive or flight going to see some family, or on the way back. I love it. This guy's got personality. I haven't been this pleased with such a simple character in a while. And so, yeah, full recommendation. Go buy a Walgreens if you can. If you got a friend who's near a Walgreens because they're out of your state, I don't know how that would go. Pick them up. And until next time. Well, actually, first, again, have a phenomenal Thanksgiving. Give us a like. Give us a comment. Tell me what's being served for dinner. And hit that subscribe button, guys. And until next time, take care. Peace.